Throughout a trailer, there will be a handful of moments that are bigger and more important than the surrounding content. I'm talking about key dialogue bites.
No human could do what this thing is capable of.
Epic action moments.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
And funny punchlines.
Time to get angry. Fire!
That guy again.
And that poor girl!
Well, how about that? She can shoot fireballs out of her butt.
So how do we draw attention to these moments and build up to them in a trailer? There are two primary ways. The first is to gradually increase the intensity of the piece leading into the moment. And the second is to subsequently play the moment in the clear. That is, quickly stop the music right before the moment to draw attention to it and let it play out. Let's start by talking about how to increase the intensity of the piece into our big moment. There are three common ways to increase the intensity in a section of a trailer. The first is with music. Cut your music in a way that increases the pace or builds up to a bigger part of the cue. Say we wanted to build up the intensity in a section of our piece that currently had the music cut like this. All we'd have to do is go into the music cue, find a part of the cue that grows big, and then cut it into our existing music. Now, this section of our piece sounds like this. Well, it's not quite there yet, but the beats are lined up. This is actually one place where a long cross dissolve might be the way to go, because it'll help smooth out the dramatic differences in intensity between these two sections of the cue. Check it out now. Nice, that sounds pretty seamless. The second way to increase intensity into a moment is with sound design. Rises are great for this. As are suckbacks and reverses. Here's a cool trick you can use with your rises to make them really spike into the climax. Add a couple keyframes to the end of the rise to quickly increase the audio levels over the last 5 or 6 frames. The sharp and sudden increase in intensity will make it feel that much more stylized and dramatic. And the third way to increase the intensity into a moment is with emotionally delivered lines, specifically yelling. Placing emotional dialogue before the big moment will heighten the energy and help draw attention to what the viewer is about to see or hear.
He's right behind us! Move, move, move!
Okay, so those were 3 ways to increase the intensity of a trailer section leading into an important moment. Now, let's talk about how to cut the moment itself. Anytime you stop the music in a trailer and play the moment in the clear, the viewer can't help but be drawn to that moment.
Didn't you ever love anything that much?
Yes.
It's like saying, hey, pay attention, something important's about to happen. The term for stopping the music suddenly like this is called, get ready, a music stop. Music stops are used in all genres of editing, and we'll actually be dedicating an entire lesson to the comedy music stop a bit later in the course. Alright, so looking back at the example from before, we've got the intensity building nicely. Now let's properly stop the music for our moment to play in the clear. The easiest way to do this is to find a major downbeat in the music and cut right after it. Use sound design to add a whoosh and a hit to create a sense of finality. Alternatively, or even in combination, you can look in the music cue itself and find a nice place where the cue stops or pauses for a bit, perhaps with a nice ring out, drone, or sustain attached. And then you can use that as part of your stop. Like this. Alright, so now we've learned how to craft a really nice intensity build, as well as a contrasting music stop. These are the ingredients needed to carve out a moment in the trailer where we can play out a key line, a joke, or even a big visual moment, like the one we looked at earlier from the Batman vs. Superman trailer. Let's take a closer look at exactly how to go about cutting a big visual moment like this. Unlike every other section of the trailer, you do not cut the audio first during a visual moment in a music stop. This is one time that picture guides the audio, not the other way around, so you'll want to get your picture working first. So the picture cutting here is pretty simple. It's really only 3 shots. Superman approaching the Batmobile, then ripping the doors off, then a 2-shot of Superman and Batman facing each other. Once you've got the visuals telling the story you're after in a moment like this, then go back with audio and enhance the moment as you see fit. In this case, we'll need a rise, sound effects of the doors being ripped off, with a couple extra whooshes and sound design to accent it. And then last, a few hits, spaced apart and leading into the next section of the trailer, which in this case happens to be the main title. Nice, that works well. So in this lesson, we talked about building into and playing out big pivotal moments in a trailer. We looked at how to use music editing, sound design, and character dialogue to gradually increase the intensity in a trailer as we build up to a big, funny, or important moment. Then, we talked about how to properly stop your music and craft a moment in the clear. Coming up in the next lesson, we're going to look at storytelling with style, or how to keep your trailer interesting as you tell your audience what the movie is all about. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.